Guys, just doing a quick video for you to set you up on ChartIQ. So first things first, the time frame of the charts up here. Unfortunately, they don't offer live intraday data. That's how they save on the cost. So it is a free platform. You've got daily and higher data that's live. So here's the Trade Safely drop down. Just want to set you up with our typical setup, the way we use Trade Safely. UFO pops, that's buy and sell signals, range deviation pivots, range relativity, volatility time bands, time area, time continuation, that's buy and sell signals. Peak is the support and resistance, same with peak term. Bear cage bullwhip is support, buy sell signals, slam dunk buy sell signals. Gravity is a distributional type study, and here's our Trade Safely system that basically combines a lot of these studies together. Time steps up and down tracks uptrends across time and downtrends across different time frames. And then we've got a bunch of other studies here. Now all these, the help files to these videos are in Slack. So for us, typical setup first is to come into this peak term, and we want to click on long term, and then there's a couple of different types of ways that we qualify our support and resistance. First of all, this is expansion, so click on expansion, and then click OK. So what that's going to do is give you range-based support and resistance across different time frames, weekly, monthly, and higher, and it drops it back into your daily chart. Now we also want to come back into that peak term study and add the expansion study as well, energy study as well. Okay, so you've got two types of support and resistance now. Next thing to do, for me personally, I like to use, let's have a look here. So the time area study, if we open that up, I'll actually just take that off for a second. If we use the time area one over here, then it's going to generate it underneath the chart. So now if we come back into studies and edit the time area study, what we can see here is we can choose different parts of the candle, and it will track what that part of the candle is doing across all the various time frames. So below now, we have selected HL2, which is the midpoint, high low divided by 2. And so if I close that, then what this is saying is the blue line's the daily, the weekly is the green, monthly is the red, quarterly is the purple, semi-annual, and then annual. So this is tracking the previous period's midpoint. So 86.73 is last year's midpoint. So this enables you to track the mean reversion process that just about every market follows. Importantly, the closing study is also quite important. So if you come in here, you can change that to close. Tracking the closes over time is also very important, and it gives you invaluable insights as to when markets are making highs or lows or changing. You can check out this relationship down here. So now you've got support and resistance, and you can see what's happening to midpoints or closes over time below. The next thing you want to do is there's got various types of set buy and sell signals. So if we add a few of those in, time continuation signals, and finally we've got bear cage bullwhip and slam dunk power player. Okay, so what you want to do is look for, because there's obviously a lot of signals here, and we don't take every signal. We qualify all of these signals. We look for signals that happen at support or resistance, or signals that are basically a continuation of the trend. So what does all that mean? A signal like this, for instance, where we get a signal out of support, like this green one here. That's the sort of signal that we would be interested in. Where we get these sort of signals, like this particular cell signal up here, that pink diamond, that's not at a support or a resistance, so we would tend to ignore that. However, signals that are close to lines, like this one here, that's a good one. Where we've got a bias signal in an uptrend off a support, then that's the type of signal that we'd look for. So just be a little bit careful about which buy and sell signals you're using. This one here is a good one. We've got a buy at support. This one here is pretty good too. It's just these ones that like that little green circle there. It's a buy signal in the middle of nowhere. There's no support or resistance near it. This signal up here, that red one's pretty good because it was just about at the resistance. So we want to buy at support, sell at resistance. That's the key one. This is a good signal here. It's a sell at resistance. We're not interested in this green little buy signal here because there's no support or resistance nearby. So that's how you can use the buy and sell signals and support and resistance. One of the other studies that I'm a big fan of is, I'm just going to clear some of these studies away. Is this range relativity study. I'm a big fan of this. Okay, so once again, what this study is doing is it's looking at multiple time frames. So I might just turn off the dailies just to make it a little less noisy. So what the best way to think about this is you can either use it as an indication of an extreme, or you can use it on a closing basis. So what do I mean by that? I think you just need to check out the help files. There's a specific help video on this study on Slack, but this is a really powerful study. I might just, while we're talking about this study, I might just come back and show you the trade safely system, because there's an option in the trade safely system that uses the range relativity study. So if I turn off range relativity and I come back into the trading safely system itself, I want to turn off these lines. Now you'll see here there's an option to use the range relativity filter, and what that does is it filters signals that occur at buy and sell. It filters signals that occur at support and resistance, but it also filters them for overextension on a range relativity sense across time. So I know all that's probably mumbo jumbo, but investigate turning this filter on and off. Sorry, this one down here, because it reduces the number of signals that the system makes, and in my opinion, makes the signals more powerful. So if we now just turn the support and resistance lines off and come back to the system itself, and we'll just go to another market. Let's go to, say, gold. So that would be /GC. Okay, so how does the system work? I'll just give you a quick example. So when we get a blue signal, that's a buy signal. The pink line is your fixed stop, and this brown line is the trailing stop. Now you're going to get these little red numbers as well. So when you see a red number and you've had a buy signal, that's the place to take 25% of your profits. Or should you go through a trailing stop, then you take everything off. So have a bit of a play around with this. Just to increase the frequency of signals, I might just turn this range relativity filter back on. Okay, done. Okay, so I'm just trying to find a good example for you. If we just work with this one, so this cell at the top here, that's your fixed stop there. So when this number 1 pops up, that's telling you to take some profit on the downside because you're short. When you get another sell signal, doesn't mean you necessarily need to add to the position unless you want to. But in this instance, you had double sells. You would take note of the new stop, however, and start using the new signal stop losses. And then you've got another take profit point here and another take profit point here at the number 2. And then you had another sell. So really this from this sell signal up here, really the only time you would have got out of this trade was actually down here when you got this buy signal. So if you get a buy signal, then you should be looking to reverse the trades. Now, typically, what Sean and I will do in the Slack community is, advise when we get good buy and sell signals on particular markets. However, once you become familiar with the trading safety software, you may decide to use this on your own in other markets. Needless to say, all of the decision-making process that drives the buy and sell signals in this software comes from these buy and sell signals. So it comes from this software in here. And what it's basically doing is it's using these peak term studies which create the support and resistance, and then it uses all the various buy and sell signals that we've created. And where we get buy and sell signals, that support and resistance, then we're interested. So please look through all these studies here. There's plenty of good stuff in there, and please look at all the help files on Slack, and that will give you the best use of the trading safely software that's in ChartIQ. And we're obviously happy to help out with any questions or any additional information that you'd like. So I hope that helps.